Hello and welcome. I am the Imperishable, and today's episode we finally got another battle report. Sorry for it's taking so long, just things have been going on, I just haven't had the time. But we have got a battle report. I have run my WTC Ushabti spam list versus a mate's high elf list, who is playing which one is it? The Churian Warhost. So the idea is he's got loads of white lions. He's got the white lion rangers kind of thing. He's got a big dragon as such. We'll dive straight into it. We played one of the missions from WTC, but we played terrain how it was when we rocked up. We were like, yeah, we'll just see how it goes. And we play from there. So we're going to jump straight in. We'll have a look at kind of the deployment with the first image. And then I'll kind of discuss how it's kind of got onto that. But I hope you enjoy. But please like, subscribe, comment, all that jazz. And also, if you want to buy anything, please use the link down below from Firesword Games. It's just an affiliate link, so I just get a little kickback whenever you use it. And the link stays on your account for 30 days. So let's dive straight into the deployment and list and see how I did. So here is kind of the photo I got from deployment. I believe my opponent Matthew, who I forgot to mention, I think he got first drop. He kind of played very kind of cagey. He put his baggage train behind the woods here. He deployed his other woods kind of in front of this strategic location, which I thought was quite smart. It enabled him to kind of lock it down, made it really hard. We talked about maybe pushing it forward, put it somewhere else, but it can't be within 6 of another special feature, I believe. So he couldn't get further afield because of we were playing with a special feature in the middle. But my list kind of goes around it. I've got a unit of skeleton horse archers down at the front of the bottom left. Then it's the Ushabti, a 6-man. And then I've got another 6-man kind of huddled up next to it with some skeleton skirmishers in front of it. Behind him is where I've got all 3 of my wizards. And it goes illusion, and then my banner, and then my hierophant, and then the casket. I'm able to do this because he's got no cannons. I've got no threats to them. He doesn't really have any range. I need them close to my Ushabti. The illusion wizard's on this side because I've got quite a few drops, and I used to not like it, but now I can use it effectively. And because of how people deploy, I'm like, I don't actually sometimes want first turn, and sometimes we'll probably even give it up even if I've got it. But I put my illusion wizard on the left just so I could deal with his flyers on my left, and I'll go through that. Then further across, I've got my big unit of 8 Ushabti, because what I've realised with my Ushabti is I'm able to use them for combat. And I realised that sometimes I need to just press with them. And because it's strategic locations, one, I can hold it, and then also the special feature. And then I've got another unit of skeleton skirmishers to the side, just to kind of spread them out. I think that was one of my first drops. And I just went, I'm just going to put them here. They get -2 to hit shooting, so his shooting isn't going to be great. And then my baggage train is there. We'll discuss my baggage train. On the opposite, so Matthew had an unkillable dragon behind the woods. He then had like a triple save griffin. He then had his Sisters of Avalon kind of in the open. We kind of discussed it. I had to do it differently because it meant if I did get to one, I could shoot with a lot of my other stuff. He's got his big unit of white lions. He was running, I think it was illusion this time. And then I think we discussed, I think battle is probably up there because they're easier to cast. You get arcane urgency, so you can really yeet them up 20 inches in turn 1. You can give them arcane, you can give them oaken shield, and you can give the wizard hammer hand. So when you get into combat, he can still pump out some extra attacks. And then he's got a unit of spearmen, and this was the thing he was testing. He was like, "Oh, trying to get a cheap scorer, but it's like a 200-point scorer." And he's got a unit of woodsmen in reserves in ambush. So he doesn't actually have a lot. So I kind of thought this. So as I say, his dragon and griffin are onto the side. So I put my priest on this side, and I could have probably pushed him out further and try and cover just to be that. So we go into turn 1, and he did get turn 1. He rolled off, he got it, he took it because he wants to get that positioning and push forward. So, oh, it looks like I've just jumped straight into kind of my turn 1. But anyway, looking at this, how this has gone, he's got his dragons pushed down one flank. He's just full sending them both. He left his Sister of Avalons in the kind of the centre. He popped off some shots, didn't do much. he didn't march his woodsman, his white lions, because he was trying to get like column off to protect them and all these things. He moved these things up. So he didn't do a lot on his first turn. But this is what we already talked about, where I think he needs to just press them up. Because then in the kind of counter, I've got off basically most of my spells because he wasn't in range because he didn't press forwards. So I've kind of rearranged. So I've pushed up my Ushabti in the centre. I've pushed up my skeleton archers and my skeleton horse archers because they've got enough to, with their reserve move, get out of the arc. I've moved my wizard, my illusion wizard over, and with the template there, the attempt is to put a column, so he can't charge with anything. But how I've positioned it is that if he does get it off, or if it doesn't go off and he stops it, etc., the only thing he's going to be able to charge is my Ushabti, and then he's either going to be in a position where he overruns off the boards, and then I get a couple of turns to kind of redress, and then miasmic, I can then look to column. Because I did get reserve move off, I'm able to move my wizard out of that, and that's what I've set up. I say this is just my movement. I just push up to just try and get as many shots down the line as possible. I don't know if this is the turn. So I do get column off. I do get to go back. Column sat there perfectly. Something we weren't expecting. So my 6-man unit Ushabti, I shoot at the unkillable dragon because I can get 6 shots rather than 4 into the griffin, I think we determined, because of the position of the hill and position of my units. They've also got Earthen Ramparts on. Earthen Ramparts on, so if he does charge, he's only get 1 attack each. He's probably actually not going to beat them. I get a 5 at ward, and there's probably a chance I actually win the fight. So he might not actually want to charge into me. But my 6 unit of Ushabti do 6 wounds to unkillable dragon. Sorry. Sorry about that. So I do 6 wounds to it. I think I wound it 4 times. He just can't roll a save to a life. I think he rolls a lot of 3s for his armor saves, which to me, I'm like, this is fantastic, because obviously normally before 1.5 they would have been 2 up to 3 ups, so it does that. So his unkillable dragon's only got 3 wounds left, so I feel quite safe. I feel like, okay, if the column goes down, if he charges, I'm going to stand and shoot that dragon. You never know, I might pop it off. So he's probably a bit more afraid to go through it. I see with my skeleton horse archers, I move them up. He evasives with his Sisters of Avalon, and we said like, oh, if you roll a 5 or a 6 on either of the dice for your fullback and good order, they're off the boards. He rolled a 4 and he was on the board by like half an inch, and we kind of pondered that. So on to his turn 2, and look who we have here. We've got a unit of woodsmen, because I'm a mug, and I have just left my backfield open because I think I did know about him. I think at the time, which wasn't the other side, I need to press up, pressure into him, get loads of shots off. But I've just left my baggage train unattended, and there's 13 of them. So yeah, he moves them up. He moves them up, he gets into them, and he's doing the destroy baggage train. So I've got a turn to kill, I think it's like 8 of them, to not make it, or I could charge and try and survive, but I don't think I will. So I basically lost 250, I've given him 250 points because I'm an idiot. All I have to do is just string back my skeleton skirmishers, which I had the movement for. I could have just moved a couple that way and blocked it off. I just completely forgot. So that was a major error. Because he can't charge my Ushabti, because he didn't stop calling it. He pressed with both his kind of big creatures to try and get into my flank. He's like, at this point, I've got to just go for the Hail Mary. I've got to apply the pressure, which is right, and I think would work if he also had his white lions just going down the middle. So I have too many things, because I've got an illusion wizard. I can potentially deal with 2 things, because I can miasmic mirage something and I can shoot the other. So in my turn, we see there that the griffin does go away. But what I do, I miasmic the dragon, because I was looking at it and I was like, I think I can kill the griffin. If I chuck if I turn to the side with my 8 bow, my 6 bow, and then I think on this side, I think I can get like 3 to see him. I could kill him off. I kill him with the second unit just. I actually know, I think that's a lie. I think I finish him off with the 6-man here where only 3 of them can see. So I do kill it just, and that was 20 bow Ushabti shots nearly. I mean, it was like 17 bow Ushabti shots going into it. I was like, because my idea is I've managed to make the dragon's not going anywhere. If I kill the griffin, which is probably easier to kill, he's got 5 wounds left rather than the 3. But I wound him on 3s. He's got a worse save. I think he's only got 6 up wards. So it's easier to kill, and I just kill him, I think, to the wounds. And now he's always got left is this dragon, who is miasmic raged. He can't really do anything. So I think it's like 99 for this dragon at this point. I feel quite comfortable. This situation is the kind of cock up. So I don't kill enough. I kill like 3 or 4 with my skeleton skirmishers and a few other things. So he does fortunately kill off my baggage train. So on his turn, he kills it off. He presses up behind to hopefully with these woodsmen the next turn, hopefully multi-charged him in. But his big white lion unit is still going up too slow. He isn't, because he doesn't have Arcana Agency, and he's trying to protect him with column, and the minus one doesn't hit. It doesn't matter right now because I'm obviously shooting and I just hit on 4s and 5s. So I think this really let him down. He had a big 400, 500 point unit that just slowly trudged up the board while he lost everything. He put his dragon as close to as possible to see what he could do, praying that he survives, but I don't think he will. So into my turn, kind of, I think it's my turn 3. This is where it's kind of looking good for me. So I kill off his dragon. I think I fire the 12 shots into him, because I think I miasmic miraged him again. I was like, cool, you're not there anywhere. I shot him with 12 shots. I think I killed him. These 8 here, I believe, shot at the white lions. As you can tell here with my skeleton skirmishers, I'm pushing forwards just to try and shoot, get in there. I was going to charge with my tomb scorpions, but I didn't because I realised there's a chance I might fail because I was a bit too fast. So I positioned in a way that I should be able to get them both in next turn. My other unit of skeleton skirmishers come in from the flank. I am in just to get more shots on. So this is his turn 4. He's just pressed a few things up. Or this might even be my turn 4 as well. He's pressed a few things up. He's taken some shots with the Sister of Avalon because he can evasive them back each time I target them, basically. He slowly wants to get moving that unit. But I do get my 2 Tomb Scorpions into the Spearman. And over a couple combats, I do eventually grind him down because my AP2, he only gets a 6-up save. My stomps get through him, and I just get enough wounds where he needs 6s to wound me. It's really hard, and then I still get a 5-up. But my Ushabti unit here is just kind of spinning around shooting on the spot. I think what I do, or it shows it there, is I shoot at the woodsmen who are behind me. And I think with my move, I can't remember what I did. I got to a position where I was within 3 of his white lions, so he didn't get his Furious Charge. So white lions are great now because they've got Furious Charge. But if I moves up within 3 of you, you ain't getting that Furious Charge. It's the problem with infantry. It's quite hard to get Furious Charge on infantry. And I'd say this is now going into his turn 5. Maybe his turn 4. It's a bit late for these, so he needed them to be up earlier. What happens is, I believe they multi-charge in. I kill the guys at the back. I do some wounds there. He does some wounds to me. I just give ground 2 inches. I res them back up, and then it's basically a sorry state of affairs that over the glowing combats, where you Ushabti do get through the white lions, because he still only gets like a couple of attacks a turn. I kill off his wizards, because I just target everything into him. And he dies, he loses the -1 to hit, and it just goes downhill for him. And I'm just slowly picking everything off. The only thing I don't get in the end are his Sisters of Avalon. I kill the Spearman in behind, and then in the middle, I've got everything. I technically dropped 30 points that I could have got, I think 60, because I didn't get within 6 of my token because I pressed for the centre. But I win the centre because I have my big unit of 8 Ushabti and also my, what's called my Skeleton Skirmishers there. And then this is kind of what happened in the middle. So there was a big unit of white lines at the start. Slowly got that. And then 8 bow Ushabti is very hard to break. Even if you think you're a proper combat threat, you go in. If you're a lone character kind of thing, I just challenge you out my ancient. And you win by like 2 or 3. You do a couple of wounds on the common res. And I res up my champion. And it's just a stalemate. But if bricks go into it, I get 3 attacks each. My champion gets 4. I'm weapon skill 4, strength 4, AP 1. I'm going to do some damage back. I might get 5 or 6 wounds. Okay, you might do that to me as well. It's a stale combat. Cool, I res up. So your efforts do nothing. It's so hard to break Ushabti. You either need to go in buff and go for broke. Or you've got to just kill everything else. I played versus Cathay recently. He killed the 6-man in one go with everything. He fired 6 cannons 6 times. He fired both cannon things. I was like, okay, I lost the unit 6. But then my unit 8 didn't die. My other unit 6 got down to 1 guy 3 turns in a row. And they'll back up to 5 or 6 each turn. And it's just, Ushabti, and I will say it, the best thing in the game. Not just on their own. If you have them out in the void on the side, they are just going to die. But if you stay within your casket, you're -1. You stay within your priests for rezzing, because this army does 11 wounds return a turn. So the idea is if you get into combat, there's a good chance you probably don't do 11 wounds, and then there's a good chance to get them all back. If you shoot me off, if you don't kill me directly, I can get 11 wounds back. That's nearly 4 full guys. So if you kill like 3, they're coming back. Chick damage doesn't work for you, Team Kings, so it is quite hard to beat. That was a great opponent. We chatted about it. It was a really test to see. It's probably one of the worst armies in the game. Ushabti spam. I play it because I know it's very good. I just think in the meta, the horrible armies, it's a counter to it. And it has always been. It's the anti-meta list. It's not a point and click. Yes, it may seem like it, but it's the nuances of positioning your wizards, making sure you're within 12 inches of everything, making sure your casket is protected, using those skeleton skirmishers to do a lot of wounds. 39 shots a turn of hitting on 5s, wounding on 4s and 5s isn't something to scoff at. You will kill knights, you will knock down core scoring, you will kill a few things so they can't hold objectives. And they are 65 points for 13 of them. It's hilarious. But yeah, that's the game. I think it works out as a 19-1 or an 18-2. Because in WTC it's very hard to get that 20-0. You've got to win by 2,500 points. Or 2,500 points. To get 15-5, which I think is very respectable. If I go WTC and I get 5 of those, I'll be a happy bunny. You only need 750 points to win by. 7-5-1. It is a big jump to go up those next few. So it is a major win for the Team Kings versus High Elves. This, I looked at it and I was a bit worried. I'm like the infantry and stuff. I'm not scared about them. I'm trying to get points out of them. But what I was a bit afraid about is the kind of unkillable dragon. You're seeing at WTC there's a lot of High Elves with the unkillable dragon, but to just see 20 bow Ushabti just loose, it does just kill it. It's not unkillable versus it. You are on a 4-up armor regardless. If I get Plague of Rust on you, you are on a 6-up, 5-up, which does go down. Maybe after 2-3 turns of shooting, you're gone. Obviously, the dragon I am worried about is when it's a double dragon high elf, but with high magic. Because if you make your dragon ethereal, yeah, I've got no chance of dealing with it. But that dragon doesn't do as much damage. I'm not as scared of it, probably. So it works out okay. But I think it was a really good test. It was good to see. Matthew played alright. I think tweaks to his list is using battle, get Arcane Legend, get Oaken Shield, and just yeet that Woodsman unit up, get in the face, get the charge off, utilise him. Because I think if he pressures with it more, and I had to deal with it. My 8-man Ushabti unit might have been locked up for the turn that I had to kill his Griffin, so it worked out there. But yeah, I think MVP, and I'm glad I kept it, is the Illusion Wizards. I was really close to dropping it for another Elementalism. Just go all out on that, and then on the teams thing, try and get into things I don't require. But it enables me, because I get +5 to it. It's not the Miasmic Mirage. That's big if it gets to that point. But it's the columns. There's no MR column. It's really strong. I can make myself fly 10, chuck it out 9 inches, and fly back away. So my wizard's safe. And then you might think, oh, vortexes have changes. They can dispel from the thing. Oh, it's easy to get rid of. So it's a 10 to cast. You need 11 to dispel it. For wizards within range, most of them only get a +2 to the dispel. You still need a 9 on the dice. So odds-wise, it's still in my favour. And I didn't have to deal with MR. And because when I chuck it out, I could be outside 24. So the chance of me getting off are quite good. But it gets through trying to miasmic something that's MR2. I'm like, okay, now this is where I can get a +3. Doesn't really work. But on the turn, I really want to stop something. I go +5 with a column and just chuck it out there, but utilise terrain to make it kind of double so. Because the only reason why it really helped there is because the hill, and he didn't want to touch it because he didn't want to get shot by everything. And it did help. So I'm really glad I kept it in, and I'm really looking forward to WTC. As I said, we will do a lot of content for it. We'll probably just do a whole big vlog. I will try and film some of the games and do the battle reports separate. I've bought a camera thing which I need to test out and see how it works. It uses an SD card. I've never used one of those in my life, so we'll see. But no, very looking forward to WTC. I hope you enjoy this battle report. Thank you, Matthew, for the game. And for the Welsh Open, just a little teaser. Set your rides for the Welsh Open. Hope you enjoyed. Ta-ra.